So we're going to talk about classroom setup in early years here. So hi and why it's very important setting up a classroom in early years. I'm just going to put it on the side. I can see there are 7 attendees in here. Okay. Okay, so why classroom setup is important in early years? Okay, let me, this I'm doing first time, so let me get used to of this slide share. So from start, okay, classroom setup in early years. So today our learning outcome is, or today we're going to look at what is important of classroom setup in early years. So why is it important that we need to set up the classroom set differently in early years? Why is it important and how it should be done? How it should be done, I've just put a picture here and you can see it's a little bit different from, maybe you might have seen it, you might not have seen it before, but it is different from what we set up for early years classroom, like for year 1 or year 2 or year 3. So the way you set up the classroom for early years, it should be different from the classroom you set up for elder people. I've got a question for you all. It's about enabling environment. In which early years classroom children are likely to learn and develop more and why? So there are 2 pictures here, picture number 1 and picture number 2. I would like you to just give me some answers about which picture you think is showing you the real, or which picture do you think should be, in which early years classroom children are likely to learn and develop more and why? What do you think? Which picture will be? Can you just write the answer for me? Hello, can everybody hear me and see me? Can you write the answers for me on the poll? Oh, picture 2, yes I can, yes I can. Picture 2, 2 and 1 both. Yes I can. Answer is picture 2. Sakshi, yeah. Rama is saying answer number 1. Is Kanchan there? I can't see any answer from Kanchan or anybody else, Sapna Joshi or Shriveni or Yashashvi Jain. Do you know how does it all work? If you can just give me some ideas of what do you think, which picture is better for early years? I can see another learner coming in here, or attendee coming in here is Yashashvi Jain. So I've got 2 pictures. What do you think? Which picture here on my website, on my PowerPoint? Which picture, in which earliest classroom children are likely to learn and develop more? Answer is picture 2. Answer is picture 2. Well done. Well done. Most of you do agree that answer is picture 2. Okay, so we're just going to discuss these pictures for a while. So in picture 1, what's happening? The very young children, they just looks like they are like 3-year-old, nearly 3 to 4-year-old. They're just sitting down on tables and chairs and they're doing the worksheets. Whereas in picture 2, children are allowed to explore, children are allowed to choose what they want to do. So in picture 2, when we provide that type of classroom, when we provide that type of environment where children are allowed to choose what they want to choose rather than they've been told, and as we can see in picture 1, that's what they need to do. That's not going to help children at all in any type of development. We're going to go on my 3rd slide. It is saying, in professional terms, what we say in early years in England, I just introducing myself, sorry, so to some people who have just come in now. I can see there are 13 people now. So what I do, I am earliest lecturers in England. I teach people who work in nurseries like you. Some of you may be doing that. I've been in this field for like nearly 17 years in England. I have worked in different nurseries to start with. I did courses for myself. I set up my own toddler group to start with, and then gradually I moved to teaching. So for like 7 years now, I'm teaching the teachers here. So I've done qualifications, like I've done I've done degree in early years from Sheffield Hanover University, if anybody wants to go and see. And I've also done degree in teaching. That's the other thing in England. You can't teach here until unless you've done a teaching degree. So even if you're a lawyer or a medical person, you can't go and teach in universities and college until unless you've done the teaching to teach how to teach adults. So that's I've done as well. So I've got the 17 years of experience of early years in England. So when I'm talking, I'm just telling you all, then I will be giving you the terms. What does that mean? So in professional terms, in simple words, we say classroom setup, but in professional terms, we just say enabling environment or physical environment. So classroom setup is known as physical environment, and physical environment includes furniture, resources available for children such as books, toys, paints, clay, sand, water, and whatever you do display on the walls as well. That's very, very important. The display is very, very important. So whatever you're displaying, it's very, very important, okay, on the wall. I've been to some schools in India, and what I've seen there, they've painted the walls with some nice colorful pictures, but you hardly see any children's work over there. So the walls should be covered with children's work rather than having a Mickey Mouse or some colorful pictures for children. It's boring for children to see that all the time. So this physical environment indoor and outdoor is both very, very important. Okay, so the outdoor environment is also very, very important for children. I can go on and on and on about why outdoor environment is important. In the simple terms, it's important because children should be getting opportunities to play outside as much as opportunity they get to play inside as well. But the outdoor environment shouldn't be only balls or some bikes and things. Those are also important, but you need to have few more things in your outdoor environment. So a classroom should be, when you're setting up a classroom which has been set up according to children's ages, interests, and needs, provide children opportunities to play. Anybody know why play is important? Why play is important for children? Can just somebody? I like to have interacting lessons, so I don't like talking by myself all the time. Okay, so I've just put here on my on my slide that a classroom which has been set up according to children's ages, interests, and needs provide children opportunity to play. Play is very undervalued term, especially in every academic oriented society. We need to learn, we need to understand that children learn through play. Do you all agree that children learn through play? Can anybody just type it up things for me? They learn through play for their growth. They learn more and more from playway methods. Well done, Shivani. So when we don't provide them play, what's missing? What's missing when you're making them sit down on tables and chairs and asking them just to write? What do you think as a teacher is right for them? Why do you think that playing is very, very important for children? What are they missing out when they're not playing and when they're young? Can anybody answer me that, please? Just I'm not taking your exams here. We're just having a discussion. So you can talk to me and I can talk. Play is the coordination between mind and coordination ability. Well done, Anshu. Anybody else? Anybody else? What is play doing? So we saw that first picture where there are tables and chairs. What is play? What is missing there? Between mind, they learn more and more from play method. They learn through play. It's important for their growth. Yeah, that's very good. Anybody else? Anybody else? Okay. Play is stimulating their brains. Well done, Sakshi. Play is very, very important for their brain development. There's lots of research has been done recently that the brain is developed. Half of our brain is developed in the first 3 years of the life, and in those first year of life, children should be taught a lot. They should be talked a lot. They should be read books. People should be talking to them, because we have connections in the mind, and the half of our brain size is developed in first 3 years. Okay, and we can get the connections built up only if we allow children opportunities to play. So play is very, very, very important. Let me come on my slide back here. Okay, so enabling environment. So for centuries, I'm sure people who are here, they have heard a bit about research regarding play, different theories about play, but I'm just putting few things in there. So for centuries, lots of research has been done regarding importance of play. Here are some examples from few famous child theorists. Piaget, if somebody's heard about Piaget, have you heard about Piaget? Anybody's heard about Piaget? He's a very famous theorist of no. Okay. Anshu is saying no. So the Piaget is a famous theorist of child development, and he just gave us theory about how children develop cognitively. And there are lots of theories and research has been done. Piaget is dead anyway, so it's like he did his research ages ago, and he's a very, very influential theorist. The way earliest curriculums are written in England or anywhere in the Western world, this guy has really influenced. And what he has said to us that children, the way children learn, the way they cognitively develop from birth to 7 is very different from adults learn. Okay, so he has said to us, the one of his theories says they learn by doing things, but not by telling. Okay, so if the example can be, if you want to teach children about sinking and floating, rather than as a teacher, you standing up and you telling them, okay, this is a heavy thing, it's going to sink if you throw in the water, and this is the wood, and this is going to float because it's light, they're not going to learn it. What the best way to teach children? You just provide them opportunity through play. So having a sand and water tray in the classroom, and you will see this is a very basic thing in every earliest classroom in England. Yeah, we have them in 2 to 3-year-old rooms, we have them in 3 to 4-year-old room, we have them in reception class. And if you can see on the side here, there's a water tray here, and what we keep here, depending on the age of the children, you can see there's a basket. One is saying things that float, one is saying things that sink. You put things in there, you let children come, because it's you trying to teach them through play. So you let children come in, you see they are interested in playing in water, and then you come in as a teacher, and then you start talking to them, and you say, oh, what do you think? What do you think what's going to sink? What do you think what's going to float? By saying that, some children might not know the meaning of sinking and floating, then you're teaching them vocabulary as well. So with one activity, having this one thing in your classroom, you are teaching them lots of things. You are teaching them to play with each other. They're going to be obviously 2 or 3 children around this. Then you're going to teach them social skills, so not fighting with each other. Sharing is important. You're teaching them science here. You're teaching them English, a new vocabulary here, or it doesn't matter it's English. You can teach them Hindi as well in here. But somehow you're teaching them new vocabulary here. You're teaching them, you can keep lots of things in here, and then you can ask the children questions. So you can ask them open-ended questions. So that's what Piaget said. Yeah, he said you can't teach children by telling them this is this, this is this. That's the way. That's what I'm doing at the moment to you. But because we are adults and our mind works differently, but children's mind doesn't work that way. From birth to 7, children are active learner. That's the one thing he said. Children are active learner. If you want them to teach them something, you'll have to give them opportunity to do that thing. So you just teach it, let them do it, let them see it, and let them experience it. Okay. And Piaget is a very, very influential. His theory is really, really, really believed in Western world. And that's what we do. We just don't force children. We just try to teach them everything through play. Another one is Vygotsky. Anybody's heard about Vygotsky? Vygotsky, anybody's heard about Vygotsky? No? Practical approach, somebody said about Vygotsky. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Okay. So what did Vygotsky said? Vygotsky was born in Russia. Yeah, so he was born at a similar time when Piaget was doing his theory. He was an English theorist, and Vygotsky was a Russian theorist. And that time we didn't have like this, all these communication. So these two different people were doing different research in different part of the world, yeah, but they both said the similar thing. So another famous theorist, Vygotsky, said that children cognitively develop and learn through interaction with each other. Okay, so again, when I showed you that first picture on the first slide, picture number 1 on that first slide, that doesn't give children opportunity to socially interact with each other. Okay, so he said it's very, very important for children to come in a setting to see each other, because when an older, and you can see that in your home as well. Anybody's here is older brother, or have you got? Are you the older sibling, or do you believe that if you got older sibling, like older brother or sister, you have learned things better from them? Yeah, because our moms always says, oh, the second one has started to talk quickly, or second one has started to do things so quicker. So that's the way he said that for children socially interacting is very, very important. Social play, we call it. So if you can read my slide, he said that Vygotsky said that children cognitively develop and learn when they interact with each other. It's important for children to be involved in social play, where they learn from each other. According to him, play, particularly imaginative play, is important for children's language development. He really, really, really emphasized. So if you can see a picture, having these type of things in your classroom is very, very important, where children are pretending to be mom or a dad or a shopkeeper or something, that's giving them opportunity to talk. If you can see on the farm shop, we have these type of things in the classroom. You can teach them, again, maths. You can teach them social skills, language development. You can have different types of food from different type of world. In England, like to give an example, you don't have to have food from different type of world, different fruits from anywhere. But then you can talk to them. We don't have amruts and chikus and all those fruits. We have local fruits. So you can talk to them about that. Okay, fruits, where do fruits grow? You know, I have just, we always have this interesting discussion, because England is a very cold country, so we can't grow bananas in England. So if we ask children, okay, where do you think, where the bananas come from? And then they'll say, oh, Tesco. Tesco is like a shop here. So we'll say, no, it doesn't come from Tesco. It comes from warm countries. Then you can talk with them about about what's going on in the world. You can take them to a map. So in your classroom, you can have a big world map. Okay, you can show them which are the warm country where the bananas can grow. So you can, the opportunities are unlimited when you have these type of setups in your classroom. And it's very, very important, because children are free. They can learn whatever they want. They can choose wherever they want to go. And as a teacher, then you should be going there, whatever they've chosen to go, in which area they've chosen to go to. And then you should teach them, or try to teach them, not forcing your teaching on them. Try to teach them what they want to do. So example of imaginative play can be home corner, pretend shop, pretend post office, doctor surgery, loads and loads of things, loads and loads of things. What we do here in England, we just try to observe children when they come in, once they settle down, we try to observe them. Sometimes we ask them and see where their interests are. We always have home corner to start with, but then according to children's interest, we also change our imaginative play corners as well. So as you can say, sometimes it becomes farm shop, sometimes it becomes doctor surgery, sometimes it can become post office, and all those things. Anybody's got any questions, please? Because I'm just talking and I'm just feeling. Are you getting it? What I'm trying to say? Can anybody say yes or no? Yes, yes. Anybody else? We got any questions? Yes, Soumya Ganeshan. Yes, Sonika Vyas. So again, as I said, enabling environment. So how you should be set up your classroom in early years, yeah? So your classroom in early years, as I said, it should have, your classroom and outdoor should provide children lots of opportunities to explore. You should have opportunities to talk. You should have opportunities to make friends and play. As I said, I've just given you two theorists, Vygotsky and Piaget, really, really influential theorists, and they both believed in play, and they both said the way children's mind work is very different from adults. as I said before as well, I can see some new attendees has come in. So, you know, they both have said, and there are lots of other people, they've all said the way we learn is very, very different from the way children learn. Anybody's heard about Norway, or in how the education system is there? How the education system is completely different from what we do in India or anywhere else. Anybody's heard about Norway's practical approach? Yeah, no ma'am, no. So what is happening that in Norway, there is always research done every year. In that, they always just say that they are just counting every year the best country to raise your child. So there is a voting going on. It's not a voting basically. They just do some sort of say examinations on children, and they just collect the data and everything. And Norway, Canada, and these type of places are the best countries to raise your child. Yeah, these countries are the best countries to raise a child. And what happens in these countries is children do not go to a proper formal school until they are 7. But they are going to school. That doesn't mean that they're not going to school. They are going to school. But until they are 7, everything is taught to them to play. They've got lots of opportunities to go outside. They go outside, they explore in woods, even if it's too cold. It's very cold in these countries. Yeah, they grow vegetables. They do like gardening, and then you can see on my slide they have these type of sand and water play. Lots and lots of exploration, but everything is done through play, because that's the way their mind works. They're not going to learn the way I'm teaching to you. Okay, they're going to learn differently. And those countries are the best countries, and those countries, and if anybody wants to know about it, there's a test called PISA test, PISA, it's called PISA test, and in the children from those countries, and those tests are done on children, 15-year-old children, and those children are the best children, highest rated children in the world in science, maths, and in their own language. And those all children, they've never been to a formal school where their teachers have been, where the teacher have made them sit down like this, what I showed you in slide 1. Yeah, never. They've never sat like what teachers are doing here in slide 1. They have been outside, they have been exploring, and then teachers are planning things according to their needs. Yeah. So coming back to that, is saying how you should be set up your classroom in early years. Your classroom and outdoor area should provide lots of opportunities to play and everything it is said. This can only happen when you include different workshop areas in your classrooms apart from having only tables and chairs. So please don't have tables and chairs only. A number of workshop areas and regular activities that should be part of earliest classrooms are construction area, you can have sand and water area, you can have small world area, you can have graphics area, book area, there should be music and sound making area, home corner, role play, creative workshops. Your classroom should be made up of all these things, not only tables and chairs, because children are not learning anything when they come into you. And I saw a very unfortunate video a few days ago where a teacher in India, a preschool teacher, she just put a tape on 2 children's mouth. Yeah, so I could see in the news that the videos she came in, all the children were made sit up on tables and chairs. So I couldn't see any these type of things. No music and sound area, no creative workshop, no home corner, malleable material, role play, nothing. Book corner, I couldn't see anything. And I'm not saying it's teacher's mistake. It wasn't a teacher's mistake. Unfortunately, she wasn't trained properly, and it wasn't children's mistake. You cannot expect from a 3-year-old to come and sit down in a classroom for 3 hours quietly and write down on sheets. Okay, they can't do that. And that's another big thing in India is writing. Children are forced to write even before they are ready to write. Yeah. So you can't expect, and that's a very important. Children will learn. They will come and learn from you to read and write if you provide them proper environment. If you provide them all these things. Can you all see? I'm not able to see you. Can you see me now, Sonika? Vyas? Sonika, can you see me now? Can everybody see me now? I can read you. I can read your things. Can everybody see me now? Yeah? Okay, okay. Shivani, yes, you can see me now. Okay, so that's what you need to provide. You need to provide all these things to children in your classrooms. These different things. Yeah, there should be a book corner. There should be sand and water area, and you can teach them everything. You can teach them science. You can teach them literacy. You can teach them maths. But the most important things you need to teach children is they're emotionally strong. So all these, having this type of environment helps children in their emotional development as well. So when they can say they're confident enough to talk and all those things. Anybody's got any questions? Everybody can see me. Have you got any questions? Anybody? Can you all see me? I'm just typing something here. I can. Hi. Can you all see me? Can I have some more? Conversation, please. Everybody can see me? Hello? 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 Can you all see me? Hi. So these are all the number of workshops, as I said, you should be having it, having a shopping and cooking activities in your class and all those things. So classroom setup, rich environments in indoor and outdoor had an immediate effect on quality of children's learning and development. However, a suitable environment for a young baby will be very different from a suitable environment for 4-year-old, although some features will be the same. So you need to remember, although I've talked about having all these areas, and more or less you will have all these areas in different age groups, but the way we set up the classroom for babies will be different from the way we set up the classroom for 2 to 3-year-old and 3 to 4-year-old and 4 to 5-year-old. So you need to remember that. So rich environment, indoors and outdoors, have an immediate effect on quality of children's learning and development. However, a suitable environment for a young baby will be very different from a suitable environment for a 4-year-old, although some features will be same. And we can talk about these things, or if you maybe in future we're going to do some more webinars, and we also have some courses available on our website where it tells you how the classroom setup should be different for different areas, different age groups. And we also do the classroom setups different for different needs of the children as well. Okay, I'm going to just show you a small video here. Can I have some conversation from someone to say, yes, you can hear me? Can you all hear me? Can you all hear me? See me? Hello? Hello? Okay, yes. Okay, something on. Hello, yes, ma'am. Yes, sorry, I can just. Okay, so has anybody got any question? I'm just going to show you a small video. Has anybody's got any question before I move on to a small video? No? Okay, we will have some conversation before we move on. So I'm going to show you a small video. This video is a really interesting video. It's all about, they have this included an activity in there where they have given responsibility to children about how to keep your room tidy, how you should keep your classroom tidy but you will get to see how the classroom is set up usually in reception class. These are, I think, nearly 4-year-old children, so they're all in reception class, so you can see, you'll be able to see how do you learn special. I'll come back to you. Let me show you the video first, and then I'll come back to you. Here we go. And hopefully you'll be able to see and hear.
Matthew prepares himself for checking, clearing up time and collects those things that signify his special responsibility.
Welcome, Bradley.
Matthew checks each area one by one, ticking off where the clearing up meets his expectations. His job is made easier because everyone takes pride in the classroom and knows the routines. He is not distracted from the job in hand, even by the child in the scary mask. But it's only Thomas.
Don't worry. Can you fall on that good? Three little men in a flying saucer flew around the world one day. Looked left and right, but they didn't like the sight, so on that flew away. Whoosh! Matthew, do you want to come and tell us how we've got some? That's not tidy and that's not tidy.
Matthew can confidently identify for the class the areas that didn't meet his expectations, referring to his chart as a reminder.
What would you like to do about it? Somebody to tidy it. Have we got any volunteers?
Everyone listens carefully and there are lots of volunteers to sort out the offending areas.
Where would you like it to go?
The dressing up.
Thank you, Rhiannon.
Right there.
And anywhere else?
Christian, tidy the fire station.
Thank you, Christian. Is everywhere else okay?
Yeah.
And did you see anyone trying really hard?
Bradley.
Did you?
But it's not all negative, as Matthew praises the top tidiers.
So that was just an example of how the classroom, you could see there was a kitchen corner there was a fire station they set up, there was a dressing up corner. So these are all things that's providing children the chances to be imaginative, so they're giving them opportunity to be imaginative and all. So this was all from my side, and I would like to just have some questions from everybody. How do you have any questions? What would you like to ask? How do they learn spellings through complete play method, ma'am? Okay, Shivani, that's a really good question. So spellings, what we teach here is from birth to 5, but then you can do spellings like, as I said, when you're doing sinking and floating activity, you're just doing that, but just take that opportunity when a child is coming in and you just say, can you see what this word letter starts with? And you start and then we do phonics here. So that's how we will be teaching them. But learning spellings comes all the way when they're 6-year-old, 5 to 6 years old, yeah, 5 to 6. But then that's how we do it. You will go in the classroom here and we still do reading. They're even learning to read as well. And everything is done through play. You need to take that opportunity. As I said, let them come on the water tray. Let them come on we also have like scent trays here. So there will be like a sand tray, and they sit down, and then you just sitting down when they come into play, and then you just making them write it. So they, when they have sand, so either they can use their fingers or they can use a pencil. Sometimes children can use even card to just do. So anything they want to do, you need to just take that opportunity to teach them whatever area you have set up on. You should have lots of prints around. That's what we say. Has anybody's heard about language-rich environment? That's very important thing here. Your environment in the classroom should be language-rich environment. So there should be lots of prints in the classroom. When they're coming in, they all have like a name tag. So when a child is coming in the classroom, everybody has got a name tag. So they come in, and the first thing say they're putting their coats on, they're putting their bags on, and you take that opportunity to say, oh, what does it say? And the first thing children should learn, they shouldn't be learning A, B, C, D. They will learn the thing that means to them most. So the first thing they should be learning is reading and writing to do their own names. Then they should be doing, say, maybe can you do mummy? Ask them, child, you're just trying to teach them mummy, you're trying to teach them daddy or papa or dada or whatever is really related, means to them something, whatever is relative to them. Okay, so you won't teach daddy if they're not saying daddy to their dad there. If they're saying papa, it doesn't matter. Try to teach them something. You start the phonics teaching or anything doesn't need to be start from A, B, C, D. I've been to a school somewhere in India, and they just said, even teachers are a bit fed up, and they said, oh, only parents want us to do is teach them to write A, B, C, D. Children won't start to write A, B, C, D because it's not making any sense to them. If you just say, okay, what is your name? Anshu, shall we start? And shall we see how you can write Anshu? Or can you just try to read Anshu? So you should have their names on every child have a drawer here. So they just go in their drawer, and then you say, okay, can you find your name here now? Where is your name? Which is your drawer? Which is your name? And then the child is trying to read their own name first. And that's how you should be starting the reading and writing. And that's what we call it, emergent reading or emergent literacy. So the reading and writing start much, much, much before. We start to prepare them much, much, much before they can read or write. How do they learn spelling? Because most of the parents want their children to write by themselves. Yes, Shrivani, yeah, I have answered your question, I think. So you should be starting not with A, B, C, D, or if you're teaching any other language, I don't know which part of India you are from, you should start with their own names and then say, okay, can we do mummy? Can we do daddy? Can we do if you got a dog or cat or anything like that? Hello, I'm not able to, I'm sorry. Kindly suggest one method of alphabet recognition. I know that, especially for slow learners, what do you mean by slow learners? I don't know, Anshu. But you need to just understand one more thing. That's where we are not aware of all this research. These boys are not as good in reading and writing as girls are. Okay, so boys can be behind in writing and boys can be behind in reading. And anybody's heard about dyslexia, dyslexic children? Anybody's heard about what dyslexia is? Dyslexic children? So dyslexic, yeah, Sakshi, yeah, so what dyslexic children know? Okay, so what dyslexic children are? Dyslexic children struggle with reading and writing. And the research has showed that there are more boys, dyslexic boys in this world than girls, okay? Because boys do not sit down. If you just let them play, they won't come and sit down and do reading and writing. They don't like that. They would like to go in construction area. They like constructing something. They like playing with bikes. They like playing with scooters and things. Then what we do here, we take the chalks and things outside, okay? We have big chalks. We have like paint brushes and everything, anything, or we have lots of books. Books are very, very, very important. Did you all have story books? Every setting must have a book corner. Okay, a nice, light, nice, cozy book corner should be must in every setting, and that encourages children to. That gives them interest to read. We have even a book corner in baby's room. You will imagine baby room. Babies have a small books here, so they're thick books. Has anybody seen baby book? They're thick books, and they are thick because we know the babies, they're chewing them. but then every small book has got, they can turn the pages, and then every small book will have a picture. So like a ball, and then they can see the word ball, or a tub, they can see the word tub. And babies, 7-8 months old babies are using these books. So if you read that book to the baby again and again, in 2-3 months, if you say, oh, where is the ball, baby is able to point at the ball. Okay, so having a book corner is very, very important. By the time children goes to like 3 years old, they just love books. There are lots and lots of books, Winnie the Witch, and the thousands of books. And I just think that books are very, very important, because I have done that with my children as well. You know, when they go to bed in the night, you read them a book and you'll see the same thing. And then they ask you to read the same book again and again. You read, then after a few months, you will see you turning the page and the child is saying so many words by themselves. And that's the nicer way to teach them. Remember what Piaget said, what Vygotsky said. I've only put 2 things in there. Even Montessori, anybody's heard about Montessori, or even the new one, Tina Bruce, and I can say it's hundreds of names. All of them have said play is very, very important for children. Either you want to teach them reading, or you want to teach them writing, you want to teach them social skills. I think teaching children's emotional development is very, very important. Having a shy child in your class, you should be doing something for that. Okay, making children stand, doing a small activity like asking children to bring something. So you can have a theme of colors. Okay, so your theme is yellow, so you can ask every child to bring something yellow what they like. Okay, it's important that you just include their interests. Whatever you like, just bring it from home. Do a small activity, then we call it show and tell. So the child is standing up, and you just very cozily, not very nicely, if you've seen that in that video, you ask the child, okay, can you tell me about something? What is this? Why is it important for you? Okay, and then you can include phonics in there. Do you know how do you write it? Yeah. What is this? Is this a book? It's a toy. It can be a duck. It can be anything. It can be a teddy bear. It can be a ball. Anything which is yellow. And then you can just start. Okay, shall we see how do we write ball then? What does ball starts with? Ball starts with sound b, b, b. So you can take their learning wherever you want to, but that it all needs to be done through play, and it needs to be in your environment. Your environment should be around like that, as I said so many times, that gives them opportunity to talk, to come out, yeah, to be confident. So then when they are confident, they will be able to ask you questions. We also say that having a confident child is very, very, very important for safeguarding issues as well. So that's why we are really hot in this country about emotional development. And then you will see a 5-year-old here in this country are so talkative. They're really talkative. They are, and they're so confident in talking. They're so confident in expressing their feelings, because we are providing them these opportunities. But not by saying, do this, do that, you're not good at this, you're not good at that. No, it needs to be done all through play. Yeah? Anybody's got any question? I know reading and writing is a very hot thing in India, but and it's hard for you as the teachers as well. But you need to turn around, maybe do some parenting classes to say, before they start to write, they need to have good fine motor skills. Their fingers needs to have lots and lots of exercise. Okay, so you need to provide activities in the classroom like Play-Doh, anything. We just ask children to do their course up. Okay, do the zips, do the course up, do their shoelaces, having threading activities, doing painting, anything what they like. Whatever they're doing, when they're using these muscles, it will be easier for them to hold the pencil and write when it's really time to write for them. Rather than straight away when they're coming to you, expect from them to hold the pencil right like this. I don't know if you know about pincher grasp, the way children hold things. A baby will hold things like this, okay? And then this pincher grasp go gradually smaller and smaller. Then they hold it like this. Then they hold it like this. And then they should be able to hold it like this. So you need to know all these stages. But to reach to this stage, children need lots of exercise of their fingers, fine motor skills. And that all can be done through play. You can't do that in the classroom, what I showed you, on the first slide, when you're just expecting them to just, all they're going to be miserable. You're going to be miserable. Your life is going to be miserable as a teacher, if you're a teacher, and children's life is going to be miserable. Even if you make them, some of them, to read and write, you've not taught them anything else. All you have taught them to read or write, nothing else. Yeah, they are very scared child. They're not confident enough to talk. Let them come out. Let them play, let them explore, let them ask questions to you, and it's all can happen through play. But as I said in my PowerPoint, that yes, you should have lots of these things in your classroom, but we need to be aware about different ages as well. So baby room, and we can do some more webinars, and we do have lots of courses on our website as well, where you can do different webinars, where we can say, how can I set up a room for 2-year-old, 2 to 3-year-old? How can I set up room for 3 to 4-year-old? How can I set up room for 4 to 5-year-old? As I said, basically these few things will be same, but the way you deliver, the way as a teacher you behave in different class will be different, because those needs of children will be different according to their ages. Anybody has got any? Can you please suggest reference link of phonetic mem? Okay. You can go on. It's called Synthetic Phonics. It's a UK program. We have it from government, Shriveni. It's called Letters and Sounds. If you want to look into that, we have lots of programs, or we can do again in here as well if you want to. It's called Letters and Sounds. That's what you can do there. I agree with the concept of reading books. Anybody's got any other question? Thank you for your lovely session. Look forward to have many more. Kanchan Sharma. I look forward to you for that as well, Kanchan. Anybody else has got any other questions? It's all right. We will hopefully we will have some more seminars soon. And we are planning as UK Early Education to just provide some resources. So it will be coming on our website soon, where you will be able to see some resources such as water and scent tray. We'll be able to provide some books and book corners. As I said, I'm really happy some people are taking the concept of books, which is really good. So we'll have book corners, sand and water tray. It's all right. It's my pleasure, Anshu. My pleasure, Shriveni. My pleasure, Sakshi. My pleasure, Kanchan. Sometimes keeping many things classroom distract children. How can you minimize? Okay, Harshita. It doesn't distract children. What is your meaning of distracting children? I don't. Yes, too many things can distract children, but there needs to be some few things in the classroom to keep children. Well, that's another topic, is child-initiated play, and I have got only 5 minutes, but we can go on that as well in detail. There's something called child-initiated play and adult-led play. And depending on children's age, children learn more from child-initiated play. They do learn, so they need to come in and play by themselves. Because when they're coming in and when they're playing by themselves, they are choosing to play with that, and they are learning from that as well. Okay? Okay, so are we saying bye-bye to everybody? Thank you for the valuable seminar, Shriveni. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you for listening to me, all of you. Anybody else has got any question now? Anybody else has got any question? Are we saying bye? Let me check if I can see how many attendees I have now. Okay, I still have 12. So Sapna, Sonika, Shriveni, Subhashi. Anybody else has got any questions? Chitra Kumar, Bhavna. As I said, in future we are going to do some more webinars, and we do have lots of courses on our website as well. So please do go on our website, and we will be able to provide some more resources as well soon. Basic resources I'm interested in first. such as I said before. Display boards, very, very important, having display boards. Something for imaginative play, again, it's very important, having a home corner, having a book corner, having a construction area. That list of on my website, you can go on and on and on. So we can having that construction area, all those things, very, very, very important. I can put this slide here. This is here, so you can give you some ideas. Large physical apparatus, climbing frame, small physical equipments, balls, hoops, shopping, cooking activity. That's again very important. We make biscuits, we make small cakes here. I don't know in Indian context what we can do. Something which is very small and safe for children. We don't want to make roti sabji in the classroom anyway. But making biscuits is really, really easy, simple way. You just have to mix things up. But children can learn a lot by baking and cooking activities as well. So that's very, very important. Painting sounds very simple, very important. Junk modeling area, digging and planting. Yeah, so all these small worlds. So you have like you have set up a farm with small animals, or you have set up a space area with this small things. Anything, which can interest children. Music and sound making areas, really important again. Singing, we are planning to start some doing some nursery rhyming books and song bags as well. So that's very important, having those puppets and then doing singing songs and all those things are very, very important. I am here because I've said that I'll be here for an hour, so I'm still here for 5 more minutes. If anybody else has got any questions, anybody, you can ask me any question if you want to. Your website address, please. Anshupriya is ukearlyeducation.in. It's all lowercase. ukearlyeducation.in. So that's our website address, and we got courses all. They're written by earliest experts in UK. They're based on UK early education, UK earliest curriculum. I think we will be able to send you a website link as well, Anshu, so you will be able to go on there. It's called ukearlyeducation.in. I don't know why I can't type it up, otherwise I could have typed it up. Yeah, ukearlyeducation.in. That's our website. So I'm here for 5 more minutes. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks, Anshu. How important is story time and singing nursery rhymes for 5-year-old in the? How important is story time in their daily curriculum? 5 years old, yes, it is important, but 5-year-old should be able to read some stories as well, Sakshi. So there is something we call Biff and Chip. So we have reading levels for children. So around 4-year-old, they start to read books, and we will have books where it starts with one word but lots of pictures, and called Biff and Chip. It's called Biff and Chip books, yeah. So they start with one sentence, one word, and then they go to one sentence, and then they go to 2 sentences, and then we have levels of the books as well. So it is important for children reading, having the singing nursery rhymes and reading books as well, but they should be starting to read. The children would love to read read story. You should just, anytime we are free, and ask them to choose a story and you can read them. They just love it, even 5-year-old as well. But there should be some reading time as well, and they should be able to read some small words for you or a sentence for you. 5-year-old in England they are in reception class, which is the first year of their school, and yes, they do start to read and they do start to write as well, and they're doing phonics. Anybody knows about phonics? We don't do A, B, C, D. We do like simple words first, like set, pins of actor, that's done first, then put in that's done second. So there is a whole list of what words should be taught them first, because they're easy to sound for children and they're easier for them to remember as well, and they're most commonly used words. And then we go on the higher words like ows, like cow, so OW makes ow, ing makes ing, you know, these type of words. So first we teach them the simple words when they're 5-year-old, but when they're 6-year-old, we start to teach them like these bigger words as well. Anybody else has got, they are still learning phonics, they cannot really read yet, they're still learning phonics. Okay. Yes, if can you please suggest clusters in teaching English alphabet, man? Yes, Shivani, I think you need to look at, because I can only tell you about what we do in England, is we do call it synthetic phonics program. So you need to look into that, Shivani. It's called synthetic phonics program. Okay, and it will tell you what you should be doing with 3-year-old, 2-year-old, 3-year-old, 4-year, and how you take them further. As I said, when they're younger, we read them lots of stories, and then we try to include phonics, and we try to include reading and writing of their favorite things, their own names and everything. But as they move on, we start to teach them phonics as well. So that's a completely different program. It's called synthetic phonics program. That's what we do in England. Anybody else? We've got 2 more minutes left now. 1 more minute. It was lovely talking to you all, ladies, and I hope it's been beneficial for you all. I've got 1 more minute left. If anybody else has got a question, let me see how many have left and how many are still here. Attendees, I've got 10 more here. Anybody's got any questions? I'm happy to stay for a couple of more minutes. Yes, we will send you mails for these type of webinars, Sakshi, and I'm glad you liked it. So we will send you the mails for these type of webinars. No worries. Anybody else has got any question? I think it's 8:30, so I will have to say bye-bye to all. And it was nice talking to you all. It was nice. It was lovely. I'm sorry, I'm very new to webinar at the moment, so I don't know how it's been. I'm just trying my best, and I hope it's been beneficial for you. Thank you, ladies. Thanks for listening to me. Thank you. Bye. Bye.